Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a magnetic excursion update Wednesday, October 1st, around 8 p.m. Mountain Time 2025. The 34th paroxysm or lava fountaining episode over at Kilauea occurred today, and it was spectacular, but it is now over. We have the entire live stream over at Rumble, so go get it and buckle up and keep calm. It's boom time. Dozens are now dead after the 6.9 magnitude earthquake strikes Philippines. At least 69 people. 6.9, 69. You can't even make this up. At least 69 people were killed in a powerful earthquake that hit central Philippines province Tuesday night. The magnitude 6.9 quake hit at 10 p.m. and trapped an unspecified number of residents in collapsed houses, nightclubs, and other businesses in the hard-hit coastal city of Bogo and outlying rural towns of the Cebu province. Take a look at the rubble here in some of these photos. Hurricanes Imelda and Humberto set new records after dancing together in the Atlantic. Humberto and Imelda came within 467 miles of each other as Cat 1 storms on Tuesday. The closest two Atlantic hurricanes have come in at least the past 60 years, according to Miami-based meteorologists. We do have a map. It's kind of cool. And this is the closest Atlantic named storms, 1966 to 2025. And Imelda is about to slam into Bermuda overnight while we have another disturbance that will develop, according to models, into a hurricane and make its way up into the Caribbean. Let's take a look at Imelda's key message. Imelda is expected to bring damaging hurricane-force winds and large and damaging waves to Bermuda when it passes near or over the island late tonight into early Thursday. Significant hurricane-force gusts are likely across Bermuda even after the center passes. Heavy rainfall could cause flash flooding across Bermuda tonight into Thursday. And there is my ugly mug. Swells and high surf from Imelda are expected to produce dangerous marine conditions and rip currents along much of the east coast of the U.S. and the western Atlantic during the next several days. So heed the warnings. Don't go swimming, folks. And yeah, Monsanto sucks. Current sustained winds at Imelda are at 100 miles per hour, putting it at Cat 2 with extensive damage expected for Bermuda. As we take a look at Tornado HQ Live severe weather map, there are 0 severe weather warnings across the U.S. It is very quiet, and that means it's going to be cold. We got frost and freeze warnings across the Northeast, so heed the warnings and bring in your sensitive plants or cover them up. And now the full forecast. Unsettled weather in the west, marine and coastal impacts along the east coast. A series of Pacific fronts will bring periodic waves of showers and thunderstorms to parts of the Great Basin and the Pacific Northwest in the next few days. Swells, high surf, and dangerous rip currents in areas of coastal flooding continue along much of the east coast from both Humberto and Imelda. Unseasonably hot temperatures continue for much of the plains and Midwest through the remainder of the week. And a quick look at the GFS model shows you Imelda, and in just 3 hours, it will close in on Bermuda. And 3 hours later, we'll be gone. And by morning, all should be quiet on the island nation. Look how quiet it'll be Thursday and Friday in the U.S. We do have some storms coming in Friday to the west, and that is going to bring some snow to the high elevations over the weekend. Let's take a look at the total accumulated precipitation. You can see there's very little flooding threat from Imelda, but we do have a tropical system that'll be making its way up the southeast there, bringing flooding rains to the east coast of Florida and Georgia. That's going to be 2-3 inches in those purple zones. Total snowfall next on the list here on the GFS model, and that will be coming this weekend. There you go in the high elevations. Boom. Some areas could be picking up 16 inches in Wyoming. And if we run the models through, well, that global warming goodness is going to come back in force by mid-October. Rescuers hunt for survivors after Philippines' deadliest quake in over a decade kills at least 69. And here we can see some of those rescue operations going on. Look at these collapsed structures. It was quite a significant event in the Philippines. There you see probably some housing structures there, multiple apartments. And the rescue teams doing the best they can with the death toll currently at 69. Seismic update. No real quakes of note. Some mid-ocean ridge activity here, 5.1 on the Reykjanes Ridge. Overall, low-level activity worldwide. And episode 34 of the ongoing Hamalamaua eruption at Kilauea began at 12:53 a.m. Hilo Standard Time, October 1st. Low lava fountains followed by extremely high lava fountains up to 1,000 feet with eruptive plumes to 20,000 today. It was spectacular, and we live streamed the entire event over at Oppenheimer Ranch Project on Rumble. So if you want to go get some of that footage, check it out. I don't know if we'll even get to see any of it here. I don't think it's even parsed up. All right, so there you can see the beginning activity. I just moved it through 4 hours, and then it's boom time. Holy macaroni. Yeah, so hours of powers and extensive fountaining over at Kilauea earlier today. And that brings us to space weather. We had periods of moderate G2 geomagnetic storming all day, and the chances still exist. As it appears as if the BZ is now pushing south again, we will go back into geomagnetic storm. So currently, geomagnetic unrest, KP4+. But it's my opinion that with the BZ shifting south, we'll get back into G1, maybe even G2 storming conditions. And we've got coronal hole streams that should be hitting any time now. So we could get a 1-2 punch here, and it could be spectacular. There we see the great aurora photo from Michigan, for goodness sakes. These auroras keep moving further and further south due to the weakening magnetosphere, and mainstream science or the media is not picking up on it. New data on the extreme nickel production of 3I Atlas has been published in a new report accessible if you click here. We will link you to all of this from the UVES spectrograph of the European Very Large Telescope in Chile, providing data on the anomalous abundance of nickel and iron in the plume of gas surrounding the interstellar object 3I Atlas. Well, nickel and iron are found in all interstellar objects, including meteorites and comets. So I don't know what's got their panties in a bunch, but they're certainly baffled. And you won't be tonight when we extend Homo sapiens' life on Earth back to 1 million years ago. Evidence suggests humans are far older than we think, and Lee and I break it all down in a 1-hour podcast on Magnetic Reversal News on YouTube at 9 p.m. Mountain Time. So go get it. Support the channel and support Magnetic Reversal News on YouTube. And if you've seen gold, it has reached all-time highs time and time again, day after day, and you're missing out. Why Goldco? They're an industry leader from precious metal IRAs to direct purchases of gold and silver. They've helped thousands of Americans diversify and protect their retirement savings every day. Request your free 2025 gold and silver kit. There's no obligation. There are no penalties to transfer from a standard IRA to precious metals. And now, Morgan Stanley and others are saying you should have 20% of your retirement in precious metals. Hedge your bets and trust Goldco, the industry leader. And that is a boon to knowledge. Thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 100,000 subs by the end of the year, and we need your help. And most importantly, be safe. We love you. And we'll see you all over at Magnetic Reversal News on YouTube in just a bit. New.